Hi everyone, this is Nikki Rowland and today I have a layout for Lottie Loves Paper. I'm using the School Life collection by Simple Stories to scrapbook those horrible group photos that we get every year, well not last year, from school. So yeah, these go in my pile to scrapbook immediately because I really don't like them. I don't like the size. They come in 5x7. I have no choice over that. I probably have bigger ones, but you can't buy smaller ones. And you can't buy digital either, so you can't print them yourself. I could take a photo of the photo or scan it in, but I just figured I will go with the 5x7s and make them work. Okay, so this is my daughter's year group. She's year 5, so this layout will be called year 5. I really love that pencil print. It's just awesome. So I have, it was too much to use as the main background though, so I have used it at the top of the layout, so quite a large portion. More than 6 inches, 3 rows of pencils, and I've trimmed it down slightly so it's like 11 and a half or 11 and 3/4. So it's just not quite 12 by 12. So I'm just going to stick that so it has a white border all the way around 3 sides. Then I'm going to add this yellow ruler. So I used the ruler's paper on a different layout. And I had this one left over and still full 12 by 12. 12 inch width even, and I'm now going to add my photo to the middle. So I said in my last layout with this collection that these 5x7s are really tricky to use because they are so wide, more than 6 inches. So to get that, there's not much room either side, so they never seem to look right if they're not central, but I'm giving it a good go. I'm having a go at putting something to the right hand side of this. I'm actually using a chipboard frame. I'm backing with a journaling card. I don't know if you can hear that noise. There's a dog in the neighbour's garden playing with a squeaky toy. And every so often you get this really loud squeak. So it's just got a bit mad again. So sorry about that. It was all quiet before I started. Anyway, I had a good go at having the photo to the left and having something to the right, ideally with my journaling in. That was going to be my plan, but it just didn't look right. It just really didn't look right. So I've decided to go central, and then I've added the frame underneath the photo, and it's just hanging down at the bottom. School photo, it says, which is obviously an ideal kind of title. Oh my God, that dog. Okay, I've closed the window, so hopefully that will muffle the sounds of the squeaking. It'll certainly be less distracting for me. Right, okay, so where was I? I have got this really fabulous title down the bottom of the photo that says school photo. I love it. It's definitely a school photo, that is for sure. And I have got these lovely little they're not 4, they're 2x2 inch square icons from one of the cut apart sheets. Now I love these. They have they give you like a little extra swatches of colour, little icons on them. They're great fun. I always really enjoy using these. Sometimes you get a whole sheet of 2x2s, and sometimes like this collection you get a mixed sheet of 4x4s and 2x2s. So I've cut out some of the 2x2 elements and I am sticking those around the layout. So I'm aiming, even though I have like a central design, I have this big horizontal strip of paper going across the layout, I'm actually aiming for a vertical design here. So I have got these items kind of cascading down the middle of the layout, and I think that's going to work. I think that's going to look good. You are so limited when you're using a 5x7 landscape photo. You're pretty limited as to how things can look on the layout. I mean, I've done plenty of them over the years, but yeah, I always think that there's not a lot you can do with them really. They really only look good in my eye anyway, centrally. Anyway, I do my best with these photos. Definitely do my best. They're quite tricky to use. Right, okay, so photo in place, chipboard frame in place, got my little icons. I'm distressing the edges of all of those, and then I'm going to get those stuck in place. They can overlap each other. Some of them read well whilst being overlapped. For example, I've got the school rocks blackboard at the top there, but to the left of that I've got a little notebook, a red notebook. So it doesn't matter that part of that's covered up, whereas it would matter if school rocks was covered up because you wouldn't be able to read it properly. So some of them overlap well. The globe at the top, you can overlap onto that one. At the bottom, we've got yay, school's out, and then a little backpack with some books and an apple. So they're okay to overlap a little bit. Then I'm now going to move on and start adding some other bits and pieces and embellishments. I do love this collection. It's so fun. Got lots of little fun things in. Obviously, it wouldn't work if you didn't have school photos or anything to do with school. But for me, obviously, I have two children at school, one at nursery. So this works well for me. I have another photo that I'm looking forward to scrapbooking, which is on the last day of school. Unfortunately, my daughter didn't make it to the last day of school. Their bubble had to close and self-isolate, but my son did. So I've got a great schools out photo of him and his best mate on the last day of school. So that one's going to get scrapped with this collection as well. So anyway, yeah, this is perfect for any of those school type photos. Homeschool over the lockdown. Obviously, these are brilliant photos. I've got a photo of my daughter doing work whilst we were off self-isolating. So that's nice. So yeah, this will work really well for anything like that. It would also probably work for like adult education, I would have thought as well. So maybe not. I'm not too sure, but certainly great for school kids. Okay, so still just adding bits and pieces up at the top there. I've added a little paper aeroplane, although it gets moved because I realised it's upside down. So therefore, when I went to stick it the right way up, it was facing the wrong way, so I had to move it over to the other side. At the bottom there, I've just added "Let's do this." That's at the bottom of the photo. I've still got a school photo showing. Down the bottom, I've added a pencil, which is a puffy sticker, and an apple. That's also a puffy sticker, not puffy, foam. It's been a long day. Over on the right hand side, I wanted to add a little cluster. I've got puffy stickers, so I've got a calculator, a heart, a globe that says follow your dreams, and then a little science experiment bottle. Over on the left, I've got a piece of ephemera that says school life, and I've added a light bulb and another puffy sticker. At the top, I've added the phrase that says when's lunch, and a clock that reads 8 o'clock. Well, we're never at school at 8 o'clock, so I'm not sure what the significance of that is, but maybe in America they go to school earlier than we do. But it would have been better if it said 3 o'clock or 9 o'clock to me. Anyway, I hadn't even noticed that until just now, so no big deal. So yeah, I like the clock. When's lunch? Paper aeroplane is now facing the right way. I've added some stars and a push pin. And now I'm just going to add my title, which is going to be Year 5. I have, for all of these photos I do that come up every year, I always call them by their year group. So yeah, Year 5. I've done the tile stickers from the sticker book, and the number 5 is also from the sticker book, as well as a whole sheet of numbers. I'm just for the tile stickers, one of them I needed to go over 2 different levels, and it was a bit papery, so it wouldn't stick nicely without and look right. So I've just raised it. I've just stuck it onto a piece of card and then raised it on foam pads. So that it's a bit more sturdy. So that's the Year and 5. It was again a paper sticker, and I wanted it to be raised on foam pads. So I've just stuck it onto a piece of cardstock and cut it out, and that makes it much more sturdy. And then I could raise it on foam pads without it kind of collapsing. Okay, so not far off being done, really. Just adding some last little bits. I decided that I wanted to add some journaling to this layout and didn't really have anywhere to add it. So I wondered if I could put in a journaling card either side of the photo. So the answer is yes. I decided I could do that. So I cut out this one that's had lined paper on it. And I cut it small and in half, and I've got one in one side and one the other side. So at the moment it doesn't look too good, but I'm going to tuck it under the yellow ruler and make them a bit smaller, like tuck them further onto the photo. And then it just gives me this area of space, lined paper, blank, no pattern, to write on. Distress the edges, of course, so they look nice, also that they have a little bit of separation between that and the busy pattern, and that gives me the perfect spaces to write my journaling. I wanted to write a few things about that. At the time I made this layout, we hadn't been told to self-isolate, so I haven't written about that, although I probably should do. It just says, another year complete. This year was a little disjointed like last year due to the pandemic. You started off in school, but after one term it had to close, so online learning resumed from home. You went back after about 8 weeks and thankfully then made it to the end of the year. Hooray! Although we didn't because we had to close. I think we missed 4 days of school, so it wasn't horrendous. 5 days of school, yeah, not great, but never mind. It was a bit of a shame to end the year that way, but there you go. Life happens. So just adding a few little sequins now, just using Spiegelmum Scraps set of sequins and sprinkling those over the middle, the whole vertical design going through the middle of the photo. Obviously I'm not putting sequins on the photo, but top and bottom for embellishments. So that is me finished. They are all stuck down and the layout is now complete. All my journaling is in place. And that is it. Thank you very much for joining me today. I hope you have enjoyed this layout. I enjoyed making it. I like how it kind of came together. I love all the score theme stuff. It's great fun. You can get some of it from Lottie Loves Paper, or you've probably already got it in your stash because I'm a bit late to the party. Thank you so much for joining me. That was Nikki Rowland for Lottie Loves Paper.